Day 11, getting closer to Santa coming. Who's excited? So day 11 of the 12 days of Christmas for Awakening Wealth. Again, no introduction. Go back to day 1 if this is the first time you're seeing me. So now that you know you can learn and unlearn things, and that your future is not some preordained place that already exists, you can begin to draw yourself all that you need to achieve success, right? It's important to understand that I don't use success as a noun. It's more of a verb. I see it as success as a continual state of being, more of who you're capable of becoming. Enculturation teaches you how to limit yourself. Yet I hope that by now you're beginning to see that your potential is greater than any limit you've been conditioned with. Would you rather be a limited self or an expanded self? Put your answer to that question in the comments, please. I'm waiting. Achieve your full potential. Just imagine you have a hand, in your hand, a seed, you know, a beautiful seed. In this case, we'll call it an avocado seed. Within its structure, it has all its genetic material to grow and reach its full potential. As a mature tree, it will bear fruit and feed you for many years to come. But yet, that has to happen. How? How does it have to happen? Can you think? What do you think the answer is to that? What would you need for that seed to actually come to fruition? Did you put your answer in the box? For that to happen, you must place the seed in a fertile environment, right, where it gets to grow and gets all the moisture and nutrients it needs for the miracle of growth to take place. There are only 2 things that can happen to the seed. It can either realize its potential by being in a constant state of growth, or if it's not growing, it's in a constant state of contraction and will eventually wither and die. While you hold it in your hand, it cannot fulfill its potential because it can't get what it needs to grow, right? Do you get it? It's not in the right environment for it to achieve its potential. Earl Nightingale has this quotation, and it's achievement requires more than a vision. That's right, more than a vision. It takes courage, resolve, and tenacity. And all you have got to do is plant the seed in your mind, care for it, work steadily towards your goal, and it will become a reality. Like seeds, we have so much potential to grow. We really do, and produce the fruits of our minds. And yet, so few place themselves in fertile environments where such growth can take place. Most people stop learning when they finish their formal schooling because they stop learning and they stop growing. Even worse, they continually allow their psychological roots to, you know, which are bathed often in unproductive thoughts, beliefs, and actions. They allow their attitude and belief systems to be negative, skeptical, and dominate their own thinking. They allow fear of failure to dominate, and it just stops them from moving forward. To start releasing the power within you, rather than focus on what you perceive as failure, you have to start focusing on the things, the processes, if you like, the way of being that can turn things around for you. Even if you make a few mistakes, never see these mistakes as negative. Always see them as a positive learning experience and focus on the fact that you've achieved something. Success is a process, a continual process, a journey, an emergent. It's not an end destination. Remember, like the seed, you're either in a constant state of growth or a constant state of suspended animation until your potential eventually atrophies. It just crystallizes and that's it. In an ideal world, people basically strive to achieve a balance between actions of cause and effect. And most people don't live in an ideal world. And as a result, they live in constant struggle and attracting to themselves all things pleasurable and avoiding all things painful. Because people are so busy trying to avoid all things painful, the majority fail to succeed. Try fail. to change. Try failing and changing any of the underlying causes that, you know, happen in the results. There's a thought. The fear of feeling bad, getting things wrong, failing, far outweighs the desire to go after pleasure in order to feel good all of the time. Instead, perhaps, you know, you seek pleasure through instant gratification and through the avoidance of discomfort. And as a result, the majority of people will never move out of their comfort zones. If you remain in your comfort zone, you'll be doing what Noel Whittaker describes as drifting toward disaster. Getting it wrong a few times are just results that perhaps you prefer not to achieve. Isn't that a nice reframe? All the results are feedback. All results are feedback. And once you've established a feedback mechanism, you'll be able to set new goals for yourself and new ways to achieve them. Feedback provides you with opportunities to make corrections to any behavior or situation you want. Feedback offers you opportunities to learn things that you may not have noticed before, and it keeps your goals in full view. Yet because most people never take action to improve themselves, they reach sameness early in life and take up permanent residence there. They never understand that success exists on the other side of their fear. Think about it. If you're not growing, you'll only ever be as good as the day you stopped growing. Ooh, did that hit a nerve? I hope so. That was my intention. Success means moving out of your comfort zone and into your discovery and learning zone. And how wonderful is that? Insatiably curious. Remember, like the seed, you're either in constant state of growth or a constant state of suspended animation. Emerson reminds us that the only thing that grows is what you give energy to. So if you're giving your energy to fear, if you're giving your energy to skepticism, if you're giving your energy to excuses, then that's what's growing inside of you. If you're continually placing yourself in fertile environments, you're in a constant state of atrophy. If you're not doing that, if you're growing like the seed and you're not growing, the only thing you can do is slowly decay. It makes sense, doesn't it? Do you understand what I'm saying here? Give me a hell yes in the comments. How can you grow if you're not learning? If you're not surrounding yourself with positive people, if you're caught up in life's cobweb? How can you grow if you're not constantly placing yourself into fertile environments and learn from those who climb their own financial Mount Everest, if you like? Pause for a moment and observe your environment. Have you consciously created a fertile and supportive life capsule? You certainly would have to if you're on a journey to Mars, right? Well, you are on a journey to Mars. I'd love to hear your thoughts on how your fertile environment, how your current environment, how fertile it really is. I'd love to hear your thoughts. And I look forward to seeing you on our final day, 12. Until then, bye from me.